Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Well, welcome to the channel for the newbies. Welcome back to the channel for the regulars. Now, guys, it is Monday the 30th of October 2023. And I should have started filming this special days in advance, maybe even a week in advance to get it all ready in time. But welcome to It's a Magical Halloween. That's right. I'm doing a Halloween special for the whole channel. Hopefully I'll be able to get in as many segments as I can. And at the time of this recording, get this special out by sometime tomorrow evening. So without further ado, let's head into our first activity, shall we? Which is going to be a Halloween segment for Semagical's collections. So now, I'm not going to be able to do this as efficiently as I normally would, because I am having to hold my phone in order to film and show. So some horror films. Now, you may have seen these in regular episodes when I showed you all the shelves, but I'm showing them again as part of this. So, at the top shelves here, we have The Devil's Rock. I'm not sure if this actually is a horror film or not, but I'm including it in this special, so what are you going to do? 28 weeks later. Sequel to 28 days later, which, no, I don't have. Wolf Creek. If this is a horror film, well, I don't know, but if it isn't, I don't care, because it's in this special. The Night Listener. Well, based upon this film's plot, I'm going to assume it's at least a tiny bit horror-y. Okay, Village of the Damned. The original 1960 version. I know all your secrets. We're just going to cover the films on this top shelving unit for the time being, guys. Underworld Evolution. Then you might be saying this is just an action film with vampires. What's it doing in a Halloween a segment of the channel's Halloween special? Vampires. Creatures of the night. Live with it. This was a film that was actually independently made. And I'm sure you've heard of it through Movie Timelines videos. Bad Ben. It's made by someone named what's his name? Nigel someone. But it's done in, yeah. Happy Death Day. Basically Groundhog Day, but horror. That's it for that shelf, guys. And for this segment, yeah, that's it. I'll show you some more in the separate upcoming Halloween special of Semajical's Productions. No, Semajical's Collections. Well, actually, you can count that as this. So, that won't be a separate special. So, let's show you some more, shall we? We have the Conjuring films. We have The Conjuring 1 and 2. Annabelle. Annabelle Creation. The Nun, which has recently had a sequel released. Go and watch The Nun 2. The Curse of La Llorona. Annabelle Creation. Hang on a second. That's Annabelle Comes Home. Yeah, so Annabelle Comes Home. Yeah, hang on a cotton picking second. What am I doing? Putting these films in the wrong order. And the last one on the timeline so far, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Okay guys, I'll be back later on in the special with another segment showing you some more of the horror films. But stay tuned for the next segment where I show you some horror figures. So stay tuned. Okay guys, this is a continuation of the last segment. And horror figures, that would actually count for the pop vinyls and action figures of horror characters I've collected. So up here on the top shelf we have the Nun. You know, Valak. Moving along now, we have Frankenstein's monster. And Pennywise there. Big and small. And we also have Ghostface right there in the middle. And if we look down here, we have the Invisible Man. As for the action figures, well, there's Jason there at the front, and Ghostface standing behind him. And at the back there we have Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. And we also have Annabelle at the back there. So now guys, that is it for this short segment. Stay tuned for the next one, as you may be getting a Halloween special review in this special. Okay, guys, I know I'm cutting it very fine by still filming on the day of Halloween. That's today, by the way, by the time you're seeing this and by the time of this recording. But a late special is a late special, and it's review time. Now, how many of you out there are fans of the video game series, or the mobile game series, should I say, FNAF? You know, Five Nights at Freddy's. Do I see a show of hands? Okay. And also, how many of you have gone to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Do I see a show of hands there too? Well, me and my brother watched that very movie last night, as a matter of fact. And now I'm going to tell you what I think of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, there you go. Now, the story of the film itself, spoiler alert, is taken from the story of the first game in the series. It's about a security guard who is given the job of minding the security of an abandoned pizzeria and finds himself and his sister and their police officer friend under attack by the animatronics of the restaurant. And them having to try and survive the whole ordeal. And as the film goes on, we learn the backstories of Mike, the security guard, and Vanessa, the police officer. Now, this film is first and foremost a film for the fans of the games, but I just happen to enjoy watching films based on video games, and this film was no exception. It was very well made, and one of the best films I've actually seen in recent times. Or I go as far as to say ever at this point. So, guys, if you're FNAF fans and you haven't seen this movie yet, you owe it to yourselves to go and see it. If you are FNAF fans and you've seen the film, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not fans of the games but you like films based on them like me, and you've seen the film, well, the same request applies to you. So, okay, well, this is still actually a part of the Halloween special I'm filming for the whole channel. This is where this scene comes to a close. I'll see you guys in the next one. I did say we'd be back for the collection shelves, wouldn't because I have more horror DVDs and that to show you. Because I barely even scratched the surface in the first segment of these I showed. So, without further ado, only the ones I can actually get access to at the time. There's some TV shows here as well. We now go along to where I have a copy of The Exorcist. And then to take us down a couple of shelves, we have Urban Legend, which is a Blu-ray. And at this end of the shelf, we have Candyman. 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 And Unfriended. And I'll give you 7 days. The Ring and The Ring 2 American remakes. Then to come back along, the first of this type of TV show would be Dead Set, which is basically Big Brother with zombies. Now, if we come onto these shelves, yes, I actually did forget. If we come onto the lower shelves, but if we come down to said shelves, here are a couple of, well, here's a horror anthology TV series. I'm sure a lot of you would be familiar with this if you are into this sort of thing. We have Tales from the Dark Side. Okay, so move along now. To these shelves down here. It'd be best if I did sit down and show you these. But we have, along this shelf, quite a few horror films. We have, well, if you want to jump in the bandwagon, we have I, Frankenstein. But then we have, up this end, The Frankenstein Theory. But now, The Omen. Who is he? What does he want? Damien. Omen 2. The Final Conflict. Omen 4, The Awakening. (2006) remake of The Omen. Spontaneous Combustion. the American remake of The Grudge. The Grudge 2. The Grudge 3. I don't really consider the Universal Classic Horror cycle to really be horror, because there's nothing really horror-y in them, but if I don't show them here, I'll probably get some abuse over not showing them. So here we go. We have these are all legacy collections. We have Dracula, which contains all of the original Dracula films from 1931 to 1945. We have Dracula, along with the Spanish version, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, and House of Dracula. So that's actually 5 films here. I say 5, even though the Spanish version of Dracula is a completely different film. So really it's 6. And then we have Frankenstein, which is all of the original Frankenstein films. There are 7 of them here. From 1931 to 1945, we have Frankenstein, 1931. Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. Son of Frankenstein, 1943. Ghost of Frankenstein, 1942. Yeah, Son of Frankenstein's actually 1939. They've just misprinted the year. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, 1943. And then double dips of House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula. The only collection, or one of the only collections in this whole range, to not have any overlaps with any of the other collections. We have The Mummy, which has all the original films from 1932 to 1955. We have The Mummy, 1932. The Mummy's Hand, 1940. The Mummy's Tomb, 1942. The Mummy's Ghost and The Mummy's Curse, both 1944. And Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, 1955. Then we have the Wolfman Legacy Collection. Now, basically, this is 7 films from 1935 to 1946 about werewolves. Only 2 of them feature the Wolfman, and those would be the Wolfman, 1941, and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, 1943. The other films you get in this, okay, also we have triple dips now of House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Werewolf of London and She-Wolf of London, which are just 2 auxiliary werewolf films. Another collection in this range that doesn't overlap with any of the other series, we have The Invisible Man. All 6 films released between 1933 and 1951. And that's because this includes The Invisible Man, 1933, The Invisible Man Returns, 1940, along with The Invisible Woman, also 1940, The Invisible Agent, 1942, The Invisible Man's Revenge, 1944, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, 1951. And the last one not to have any overlap. It's also the shortest of these collections with only 3 films. The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which has all 3 films from 1954 to 56. The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature, and The Creature Walks Among Us. All really good films. Okay, so I was just kind of giving you short reviews of those films there. Didn't mean to do that, but anyway. Moving on now to these shelves down here. Where we have Season 2 of Tales from the Crypt. I have Season 1 somewhere. And we have all of the Chucky films apart from the reboot. And that would be Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky. Sake. Then up this end we have Ouija. Oh, that's Tolkien. That's not horror. Ouija, Origin of Evil. Then coming down to these lower shelves, we have most of the Halloween films here, from old to new. And we have Halloween, 1978. Halloween 2, 1981. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, or Season of the Bitching Fans. Okay. (1982), Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. That's from 1988. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. 1989. Halloween, The Aptly Named Curse of Michael Myers. 1995. Halloween H2O. 1998. Halloween Resurrection, 2002. Rob Zombie's Halloween, 2007. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2K9. And then we get into the newer Halloween films. We have Halloween 2018. and Halloween Kills. I do not yet have Halloween Ends. The Scream films are next, guys. I have all 6 of these. So we have Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, yeah, Scream 4, Scream 4, Scream 2022, yeah, not 5 Scream, Scream 2022, it is Scream 5, and Scream 6, which at current is the most recent film. Witchcraft, Witchcraft 2, The Temptress, and the Puppet Master and Killjoy 12 film collection. Now, to give you an idea of what this actually has, it has the first 9 Puppet Master films and the first 3 Killjoy films. I'm not going to list them all, it's too many to list. Now, down on this lower shelf, in my of horror, we have... Oh no, wait a minute, there's another version of Frankenstein here. But we also have Frankenstein, a different take on the story, yet again. Victor Frankenstein. The Frankenstein story. Yeah, you can see how obsessed with Frankenstein I am. Okay. Dark Water. This is the American remake. I do have the Japanese version somewhere. Now, I forgot to show you some horror films on these shelves. The horror of it, but we're nearly done with them on these shelves. We have, next up, Amityville 2, The Possession. My version of the first film should be here somewhere. Yes, it is. The Amityville Horror. Now, let's move back along to these lower shelves. Because I forgot to show you the Final Destination films, of course. Silly me. And those would be Final Destination, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, The Final Destination. It wasn't. It really wasn't. Okay. and Final Destination 5. There is a 6th one on the way. I should point that out. Now, this is by no means all of the horror films I own currently. I have more dotted around the room on other shelves. But I'm going to show you some stuff now that's just scary enough for kids that I'm going to include as part of this. We have the Demon Headmaster. We'll get back to that in a sec, guys. Hang on a minute. Do I really count the Alien films as horror? They're more sci-fi, aren't they, than horror? So I'm going to leave those out. The Twilight Zone. How about it, guys? I don't know, it's not specifically all horror related, but for Halloween I'm going to show it. Season 1. And Season 2. Season 3. Season 4. And Season 5. You should know, by the way, that was all the seasons of the original Twilight Zone I was showing you. Up on the top shelves here. I'm showing you these as part of the Halloween collection. Or as part of a horror collection, because a lot of the stories you see in the Twilight Zone are thriller suspense stories. So that counts. We have the 1980s series here as well, with Season 1. And 2. And this one only had 3 seasons, so... And 3. Now, this is taking a bit longer than I expected, because I'm going through all the stuff that I didn't show in the last little segment I filmed for this. So, okay, back to the stuff that's just scary enough for kids now then, before moving swiftly back to we have Monster House, which is actually a children's film. So I have all the Hotel Transylvania films. I should have shown you those from down there. Well, I have all of them apart from the 4th one. So then we come over to these shelves. I can't actually get proper access to these ones, but there's a couple of horror films dotted here and there. We have the fans are in the way, but I have the Wicker Man there that I was trying to pull out, and the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street collections, right? That's because there are still fans from the summer in the way of these DVDs, so they're not easy to get to. Okay, now, not exactly scary per se, but maybe just enough for kids. We have The Mask, which isn't actually scary. But if I didn't show it, I probably would have had some comments from some people saying I should have. And then we have some horror films on top here. So, let's see, shall we? We have Megan. Then most of the horror films I have on these shelves underneath are Stephen King adaptations. We have in release date order, kind of, we have 1990s It miniseries, Only the Horrors, Carrie and the Rage Carrie 2. Carrie's from 1976 and The Rage Carrie 2 is from 1999. Misery. It 2017. And It Chapter 2 from 2019. And because these are a series of films now, we have The Shining. And the sequel to the film, Doctor Sleep. And some more just scary enough for kids DVDs, because these are actually a kid's property. We have the Monster High stuff. And the films in that collection I currently own are, well, the Monster High Fantastic Double Pack, which has Scaremaster Collection and New Ghoul in School. Boo York, Boo York. The 6th film collection, which features the films Ghouls Rule, Friday Night Frights, Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love, 13 Wishes, Frights, Camera, Action, and Scaris. Freaky Fusion. Haunted. Great Scarier Reef. Yeah. And then the reboot, we have the very first thing I ever saw to do with Monster High, Welcome to Monster High. And Electrified. Okay. Now, we're not done with the horrors yet. Oh no, guys. We still have some more to show you. We have the Critters collection. This is all 4 Critters films. And then we have 2 Stray Friday the 13th sequels here. We have Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. It really wasn't. And Jason X. Now, something else that's just scary enough for kids that I've not yet got around to seeing for myself. We have a 20-minute Halloween special here. We have Witches in Stitches. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but this section has been epic, and I think now, pardon me, would be an excellent time to end this. So, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share and subscribe. I'm sorry it's late coming. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. And have a scare magical time. Yeah.